It's just so nice to see so many people here today who have an affiliation with Douglas, and I hope in the future we'll have an affiliation with the women's basketball team as well. I'm here in two capacities today. I'm Tina Gordon. I'm the class of 1972 from Douglas, so I'm here as a Douglas alum. I'm also the president of the Associate Alumnae of Douglas College, elected unanimously by, I think, 72 people who bothered to vote. So clearly we need a little bit more participation in that sense. And I'm also here as a Rutgers women's basketball fan. And I have to say that is short for fanatic. Because I live and die with this team. And here they are saluting me now with this lovely musical accompaniment. Thank you so much. As I said, I'm a proud alum of the class of 72. And I have to tell you that, Douglas has been around for nearly 100 years. We'll be celebrating, in 7 years, we'll be celebrating our 100th anniversary. So no matter what you call us, whether it's New Jersey College for Women, Douglas College, or Douglas Residential College, we are here, we are thriving, and we are going to be around for a very long time. So we should have a big cheer over that. Let me just say on the basketball side of things, we're going to have an assistant coach, I believe, come by and give us a little chalk talk. But I wanted to get this party rolling and say that I hope you'll come back. This is the last home game of the season for the Rutgers women's basketball team. But this is a team worth supporting, and it would be really nice if we could get more people out. We need to advocate both for Douglas and the women's basketball team. We have a lot in common, Douglas and the women's basketball team at Rutgers. Neither organization gets nearly the amount of respect that it truly deserves. Okay, that's for sure, right? Both organizations turn out absolutely exemplary young women who have four-year undergraduate experiences second to none, and whose time on campus prepares them so well for whatever challenges they're going to face in life after school, outside of the classroom and off the court. And both organizations are headed by incredible, dynamic, strong women leaders. The Rutgers women's basketball team is headed by the incomparable Hall of Fame coach, C. Vivian Stringer. And Douglas is headed by a very strong, new female leader, new to us, Jackie Litt. Jackie Litt is the 10th Dean of Douglas. She comes to us from the University of Missouri. She comes bringing a lot of vision, energy, ideas for the future, and a huge commitment to women's education. And after all, that's what Douglas is all about. So I hope you'll join me in welcoming Jackie Litt to Douglas, and she's going to bring you up to date on what's going on with our wonderful school today. So I'd like to introduce you to Dean Jackie Litt.
Thank you, Tina, and thank all of you for coming today. I am really excited. I love women's basketball, and I do think it's really great to support it, and I'm really great that there are some students here who've never been to a game, so I hope you'll come back. How many students are here total? Okay, good. How many alumni? All right, awesome, okay. I'm very pleased to be here and have the opportunity to meet many of you for the first time. Since I've arrived on campus in the fall, I've been busy learning about the university, meeting students, alumni, faculty, administration, and today, basketball fans. I hope that those of you who are Douglas alumni, but not basketball fans, will enjoy the game. I also hope that those of you who are basketball fans will enjoy this opportunity to see old classmates, to mingle and make new friends, and to hear about what's happening in Douglas. Douglas is renowned for developing women leaders. We like to say that Douglas is where women learn to lead. But we don't have exclusive hold on women's leadership. I think it's appropriate that we gather here because the Rutgers women's basketball team is led by one of the best known and most respected women leaders in the country, Coach Vivian Stringer. You don't need to be a basketball fan to know about the challenges she has overcome and the record of achievement she has enjoyed during her 40 years as a coach. She is truly one of a kind, and we are very lucky to have her here at Rutgers. More than that, Coach Stringer encourages the student athletes in her charge to become strong women leaders and to achieve greatness on and off the basketball court, much like Douglas. We can appreciate Coach Stringer because at Douglas, we have developed leaders for over 90 years. Our 36,000 alumnae are artists and educators, judges and authors, business leaders and scientists. Now I want to tell you a little bit about Douglas today. I've talked to a number of you who are still unsure about what's happened with the reorganization, so let me give you a little bit of an update. Before I do that, I want to introduce Dean Regina Riccioni, who is Dean of the Dean of the Douglas Project. That is the Project for Women in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And our Dean of Students, Michelle Jefferson. And Dean Jefferson works with our student government and our residence life staff. Okay, let me say this. Douglas today is thriving. We are the only women's college within a major public research university. So we're one of a kind in the country. Our enrollment is up. Our population is the most diverse within the universities, and our students have the highest GPA of all Rutgers women in the university. So let me tell you about what the curriculum is at Douglas. First of all, every Douglas student must satisfy the requirements of Rutgers University. So depending on her major, she'll fill those requirements. She'll fill the general education requirements, the distribution requirements you might all remember. They also have to satisfy requirements at Douglas. Some of these will be familiar to you. For example, the extern program, which we still have, and many of you have served as externs, where our students do a 2-week externship with an alum in the workforce. We also have a first-year course on women's leadership. We also have an e-portfolio where students use the computer to develop essentially a living, ongoing intellectual Facebook, if you will, about their experience at Douglas. So let me say more. We are still committed to women's leadership, and we have many, many programs that are focused on women's leadership. And these include the PALs, which are peer academic leaders in the residence halls. These include the mentors for our major first-year course. These include the Douglas Red Pine ambassadors who are still giving tours. So all of these and many, many more are important leadership opportunities, and they're still getting much training in leadership. Any student, let me explain this because I've heard today that this is a source of confusion. 1 minute. Okay, how do you get into Douglas? This is the change. Any woman student who is applying now applies directly to Rutgers University. And when she applies to one of the schools: arts and science, pharmacy, engineering, environmental, biological sciences, which is the old Cook. Okay? They apply to a school. Once they apply to a school and get accepted, they then apply and enroll in Douglas. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, do you understand that? So I think that's part of the misunderstanding. Like, is Douglas still around? It is, but it has a slightly different structure in the university. Okay. So we have students from virtually every school: pharmacy, engineering, business, environmental, biological science, arts and science. I don't know, Regina? Nursing, thank you. Mason Gross. So we now have students from everywhere in Douglas, which makes it great rights, Mideast coexistence. Some of them the arts. We have a women in creativity house. So we have students from all these majors, from all these schools living together at Jameson and at Woodbury to learn from each other in these living learning communities. We also still have Bunting Cobb Residence House for the students in sciences and engineering. So we still have a lot of what you remember. Let me say that we have also just launched, I think you know, our capital campaign. We have a $35 million capital campaign. We're already over the halfway mark there. We're part of the $1 billion Rutgers campaign. Let me tell you very fast about our targets. One is to add the final wing onto Jameson for our new living learning communities and to expand our current living learning communities. We want to develop something on the environment, maybe something on social media, something on women in health, and expand the ones that we have. So we are building a new wing that is designed specifically for community residential learning. We want to strengthen the Douglas Project for women in the sciences and engineering. We want to develop new initiatives, new teaching initiatives where I bring more faculty back involved in Douglas to do more teaching, which is what Douglas really was known for, as a very famous faculty that goes back, way back, that many are still here. I want to bring them back and do new initiatives on the environment, on women and work, on entering a global economy, what it means to work in a global economy. So we're trying to build our endowment to develop programs that can support curricular innovation, as well as the living learning communities and our new building. So let me thank you again for coming, and thank you for your commitment to Douglas and all you do as alumni for our students, working with alumni, being mentored by alumni, and having the benefits of personal connection with successful women is a central part of the Douglas experience for students. I really couldn't have imagined how central that was until I came and saw how the alumni worked so hard and so generously for our students. So I want to thank you for doing that. Thank you for coming out. And